It's temperamental. It must be refined under tightly controlled circumstances at tremendously low temperatures. Last time I met you, you spoke like a groundbreaker bilge sprat. Why the sudden airs? And such specific questions? Does your minder know what you're up to? Does he suspect you're a spy?
No! Stop! What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? Why don't you just keep your hands to yourself, Very well. But I'll have my eye on you. Stand and face me! Ha! 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 It burns! Oh, get it off! Get it off! Oh, I'm bleeding! Oh, shit! Shit! Oh, my eyes! Oh, I can't see! Oh, my legs! Shit! Fuck! Oh, my arm! Do you feel powerful now? You don't scare me.
Dear Wilhelmina, I hope this letter finds you well. No, it's too stilted. It sounds like I'm writing to request a loan. Dearest Wilhelmina, I regret to tell you... Law, no, that's worse. When have I ever called her dearest? My love, I can no longer... For your safety, I must... Oh, hell. She's my daughter. This should be easy. How can a mother not know how to talk to her own daughter? Even if she despises me for what I had to do, I should still be able to say goodbye. Minnie, I have to leave, and I don't intend to come back. I love you. I'm so sorry.
Hello again, little weasel. Well spotted, Captain. We've both played our roles well, but it seems you've got the edge, for all the good it did. You overcame the freebooters with ease. Am I disrupting your vanity project, you empty-headed little twit? Captain, this is a distraction. Let's set our differences aside and focus on what matters. Adrena time must never be revived. You fool. She's been lying to you. It was all a ruse. Listen to yourself. Adrena time ruined lives. It killed people, changed them. This is absurd. You must end this madness, Captain. She will try to force you to fight her. You don't have to. In fact, I would ask you not to. Whatever mistakes she might make, in rehabilitating Adrena time, she would poison Halcyon. No, we are well past the point of compromise. The facility must be destroyed. Don't pretend you haven't seen its effects with your own eyes, here and elsewhere. We live in a vicious world, Captain, and Adrena time is to blame. Consider quickly. Wilhelmina will not stand idly by while you scuttle her best-laid plans. I want you to get the hell off my asteroid, but you can't seem to take the hint. After all you've seen, after what it did to your father, your concern is for a business model? Finally, a sensible question. Lucian, a pleasure to see you've taken the day off, tormenting small animals, to personally meddle in my affairs. Captain, this man's heart is colder than the void. You cannot put the future of Gorgon in his hands, not if you value the future of Halcyon. I've had ample opportunity to investigate your deeds in the time you've been sniffing around Gorgon. The consistency of your brutality does not surprise me. No. Oh, yes. Sums. You and your ilk look at the mountain of human wreckage Adrena time left in its wake and see only another way to mine bits. Lucian may pretend to be afflicted with a conscience, and his act may even be convincing. But don't let yourself be fooled. Precisely. We can stem the tide of misery flooding across Halcyon. We need only to try, as it should be. The clarity provided by the scientific method is all we have to cling to in these senseless times. At least you did me the favor of killing them. I detest paying freelancers. At least you did me the favor of frightening them off. I detest paying freelancers. This is the best you could find, Wilhelmina. A freelancer with more guns than brain cells. This is the best you could find. A freelancer with more guns than brain cells. She stayed safely locked away in the estate while you did all the dangerous work for her. Did you truly not see? You are her mark. You've been to Terra too, haven't you? And to Monarch? You've seen the poisonous fruit of my efforts. Seen it and fought it. Marauders. Forged right here on Gorgon. Whatever others may tell you, they are people. People whose lives Adrena time destroyed. Whose lives I destroyed. Don't let those bloodless leeches at Spacer's Choice walk you down this perilous path, Wilhelmina. You haven't the fortitude to endure it. I am the head of Project Gorgon, its grand mastermind. I created Adrena time because I believed, arrogantly, foolishly, that I could uplift the common man through chemistry. I failed. Now my daughter wants to take up my mantle. I failed. No, this is madness. The project, the complex, it has to be destroyed, razed to the ground. It's the only way. Don't do this, Wilhelmina. Minnie, don't make this choice. Return to my family's manor, Captain. No, with the clinical, distant reserve of science. Objectivity is all we have left to us in these troubled times. My daughter's gotten her hooks into you. I understand. She's always had a knack for manipulating people. But I know you're more than her foolish little puppet. You've survived this long. You have to be more. She's still my daughter. I should have smothered it in its crib at the start, whose lives I destroyed. Minnie never learned that lesson. Don't pretend at altruism, Lucian. It only makes you look the fool. Whatever reckoning you have coming, it's not mine to meet. Stopping Adrena time is what matters now. He and his cronies at Spacer's Choice knew the drug was unstable, unsafe, and they sold it anyway. No amount of R&D will eliminate that fundamental truth. The compound at the drug's heart kills people. Period. Consider quickly. Spacer's Choice will not stand idly by while you scuttle their best-laid plans. Captain, you can stem the tide of misery flooding across Halcyon. All it requires is one simple action. Lucian was a feckless liar then, and remains one now. When Gorgon ran into delays, he was the bastard who made the choice to release the product early. Please, you've ended more lives with a stroke of your pen than I ever have with a scalpel. The subtext isn't lost on me. Those idiots nearly destroyed Halcyon once already, and you want to let them do it again. You call a solar system overrun with murderous madmen good work? Open your eyes. Reconsider this course of action. Or you won't live to regret it. Use the executive override code in my journal to activate the NDA protocol for my terminal. It will destroy the Gorgon drug synthesizer and put an end to Adrena time for good. You've been to Terra too, haven't you? You've seen the poisonous fruits of my efforts. Seen it and fought it. Minnie doesn't have the mind or the backbone to do the truly difficult work of genius. You'd leave this in his hands? An outlaw ship captain? You'd leave this in her hands? An outlaw ship captain? Fuck your intentions. What have you done? You don't know what you're talking about. I did everything to support my team. It was Spacer's Choice who betrayed them. She is an empty-headed social climber. Nothing more. I always suspected you were nothing more than an empty-headed social climber. This confirms it. But you're nothing more than an empty-headed little social climber. Of course you can't understand. Someone had to protect Gorgon from those vultures. Did you really think I would leave my life's work in the board's incompetent hands? Spacer's Choice made them. I tried to stop them, and now Halcyon buckles beneath the yoke of my failure. We can't risk opening Pandora's box a second time. Don't be absurd. Minnie is a bright enough girl, but she's weak, flighty. She'd abandon the project at the first minor setback. My work has already destroyed countless lives. We can't let her do so again out of pride and sentiment. If she insists on holding to course, I agree. We must. Precisely. Compound X gets into everything. Air, water, food. Over time, you and everyone you work with will suffer its effects. This isn't penicillin, Minnie. The testing will be grueling, horrifying. What happens to your volunteers will haunt you for the rest of your life. You will watch the people you love become monsters. It was their fault Adrenatime failed. They slashed our funding and rushed our timelines without a thought for the consequences. If killing me puts an end to Gorgon, I won't stop you. I would gladly sacrifice myself for Halcyon. I'm glad you see things clearly. Here's what you must do. At what cost, Captain? The risks of a second Marauder wave, or the creation of something worse. They're just too high. Be brave. Make the hard choice. Haven't the people of Halcyon suffered enough? One last thing. Minnie, she... You will not shut me up. I will speak my piece, even if it hurts. What a good little corporate lapdog you are. You've opposed them at every turn, and suddenly they're the heroes we need to win the day? When you lick up the scraps that fall from their plates, do you piss yourself with gratitude? I am not. So you've evaded my traps. What does it matter? How dare you? I was the only one trying to force the company's hand. Are you cynical, gullible, or simply too stupid to know any better? Your question is answer enough. A grubby little freelancer like you won't stop me. I've been protecting Gorgon, keeping it safe from brutes like you. The very premise behind it is flawed, Captain. I have every faith that you will, Captain. Gladly. For all the harm I've caused. I've only ever been on Halcyon's side. The colony's longevity, its success, that is what moves me. Lucien fights for no one but the ghouls at Spacer's Choice. They will wring every last bit of blood and coin from Halcyon before they finally toss it aside. And they will charge what few miserable wretches remain for the privilege of dying at their feet. The colony could have no better champion than you. If we want to improve the lives of Halcyon's colonists, we must improve their conditions. Anything else is merely fealty to the board, no matter how cheerfully masqueraded. Not want, Captain. Need. Rather desperately. I thought you were a part of Minnie's ploy. Her ally in this mad, selfish scheme to resurrect Adrenatime. But now that I understand she was lying to you, I find I want your help. You've shown yourself more than capable of handling all that Gorgon and I could throw at you. I'm sorry for trying to kill you, Captain. I should have been honest with you from the start. You might be the only one with the mettle to put Gorgon down for good. A mistake for which I'm sorry, Captain. I misjudged you. I should have been honest with you from the start. It was bluster, Captain. A ruse. And one I sorely regret. I should have been honest with you from the start. I only want to save what's left of Halcyon and atone for what I've done, Captain. If I must twist your pride or prostrate myself before you, I will do it without shame or hesitation. In my place, wouldn't you do the same? I must admit, you've surprised me. I threw nearly everything I had at you, and you overcame it all. I may have gravely underestimated you. I thought you were part of Lucien's ploy, his ally in this desperate, cold-blooded scheme. But now that I see he hasn't given you the full story, I find I want your help. Please, Captain, do not follow Lucien down this grim path. Don't let him revive Adrena time. You were smart to hire him, Wilhelmina. Well done. You were smart to hire her, Wilhelmina. Well done.
What have you done with the mansion? The volunteers? Not just the shocking way they died, but the company's muted response to it. You can't know how badly I wanted to. But the truth put you in danger, and I couldn't abide that. Partners? Huh. I suppose we are. Family is pure happenstance. Collaboration is intent, vision, fortitude. I don't doubt it was hard on you, but I knew you'd come out the stronger for it. Indeed, I have no use for bits and baubles on Gorgon. Not now that I have my work. Take what's yours, Captain. The road to a marauder cure will be a long one, and the board will surely fight us every step of the way. But this partnership, it's a damn good start. For you? I will try. It was the fashion of the time, though I will admit to some, errors in my judgment. They were expensive to house, train, and treat. That the company would spare no expense, yet let so many of them die. I knew then I'd lost control of Gorgon. I'd lost control of Adrena time. I'm glad to have you as my daughter, Minnie, but I'm proud to call you my partner. If I'd known your taste skewed so gaudy, I might have thought twice before leaving it with you. You went to all the trouble to bring me and Minnie together, only to do this? Goodbye, little weasel. Don't darken our doorstep again. I'd honestly believed you meant for us to work toward a cure for the marauders. I fooled myself into believing you understood the stakes. And now my work lies in ruin. Well, fuck me for having faith. After Adrena time, I should have known better. It was terrible. I thought if I could just show good results, I could protect them all. I dare say not. We have the chance to know each other now, thanks entirely to you, on Minnie's terms, whatever they may be. I've made enough decisions for her, I think. Indeed. And I suspect I will be a better researcher now for having her by my side. But I fear things will only get harder from here. I've found that feelings are fleeting, Captain. Indeed. The road to a cure will be long and fraught with setbacks. No, they certainly didn't. But what joy is there in the easy path? But not even significant improvements moved Lawrence and his ghouls in OCI. Even when we made significant progress, Lawrence and his ghouls in OCI slashed our budgets. We will need to find our strength in the work, and our partnership, if we're to overcome them. I believe in the work, and I believe in my daughter. That will be enough for me.
We call them marauders. Like they have some kind of group identity. They don't. The name was coined in Edgewater, I think. One of the towns first hit by the Adrena time crisis. A lonely Spacer's Choice outpost on the edge of a barren sea. A prime place for the company to test a disastrous new product. When the town started fraying at the edges, hardly anyone else in the colony noticed. Just like Lucian planned. I read the reports. Every missing person. Every unexpected death. A town already teetering on the edge, and Adrena time shoved it off a cliff. If I can't cure them, the least I can do is remember their names. It doesn't help the guilt, but then, it's not supposed to. Gonzalez, Edwards, Song, Murphy, Sayer, Oxley, Garcia, Yang, Walker, Freeman, Pettit, Kennedy, Diaz, Watanabe, Hunt, Witte, Ajibade, Lee. When does man become marauder? People talk about them as if they've transformed, like they've mutated. I see it in the Aetherwave broadcasts, read it in the papers. But beneath their masks, they're only people. Dangerous people, with a terrible illness, but people still. When we call a man a marauder, have we given up on him? How do we know when he's become one? When he hurts another, flees his community, forsakes his employment? I shout these questions to the void, and the architect shouts nothing back. In deciding a man is a marauder, have we foreclosed the chance to help him? Who does this suffering serve, I wonder? Spacer's choice? How can you decide to give up on someone? Have I given up on Harvey? They do. I have a staff meeting to attend. Excuse me. Hasn't Clarence already dumped a pile of promotional materials on your head? It's an injectable drug that improves a patient's speed, awareness, mental acuity, and endurance. In moderation, adrenatime will uplift the laboring classes by strengthening their minds and work ethic. I am a solutions-oriented woman. I see a problem and I am moved to solve it. Poverty is one such problem. Through science, I believe we can improve the poor, and in so doing, improve Halcyon. The drug's not ready for release yet. The side effects are immaterial. Try delusion, paranoia, gastric bleeds, violence, and fatal insomnia. Shall I enumerate every way our volunteers have died? Suicide by automech, suicide by hanging, starvation, stroke, spontaneous combustion, internal exsanguination.
I keep my promises, Captain. Do enjoy my latest delivery. Do you know the funny thing about mercenaries? They exist in a nearly infinite supply, even out-of-work tossball players.
I'll give you one thing, little weasel. You are relentless. I did everything in my power to stop you, yet here you stand before me, offensively alive. You've plumbed all the sordid depths of Gorgon. You know how many lives my work destroyed, and still you want to revive it. Why? A drug that makes madmen of simple workers is not worth saving. No matter what my daughter might tell you. In their eyes, the best way to do that is by doing exactly what they say. You know that's not true, and still you say it. Either you are astonishingly naive, gravely misled, or a cynical opportunist. In the end, you're nothing but a mercenary. Ha! It's fitting in a way. Thousands of people gave their lives to see this sanctuary in the void survive. You want to erase their legacies out of, what, spite? Do you think I haunt these ruins for fun? Nostalgia, perhaps, for the grand old days? I've been trying to synthesize a cure for the Marauders for 5 years. Here, in this trash heap, alone. Wilhelmina doesn't even know her multiplication tables. Pharmaceutical development is well beyond her reach, and I'm no closer today than I was at the start. So be it then. May the weight of the colony rest heavy on your shoulders. I'm sure one more senseless murder won't cloud your conscience. But if you intend to restart this machine, you'll have to go through me, just so we're clear. If you intend to restart this machine, you'll have to go through me. You think that will fool me? If you believe this will be that simple, you haven't been paying attention. I can no more walk away than I can voluntarily cease breathing. I'm done talking. Cooperation, compromise, consensus. It resolves nothing. All that remains is action and inaction. Kill me, or let me destroy this place. Then get to the fucking point. I will die before I let my empty-headed daughter resurrect Adrenatime. Do you understand? The only way you're touching this reactor is over my dead body. And I am not afraid to die, Captain. I cannot be reasoned with. You must see this now. There is no working with Spacer's Choice. You work for them. She has no intention of curing the Marauders. She's only going to make more of them. I'd like to ask you something before we end this farce. I think I'm due that much at least. I once thought like you. I didn't care who I worked for or what I worked on, so long as the work satisfied my mind. But enough. You didn't come here for a lecture. Let's get this charade over with. Fatalism seems a rational response to our irrational world, but our conversation has left me to wonder if it might be a trap. We think we're free agents, but the board has made a weapon of our ambition and pointed it at our fellows. We let them take our agency and give us nihilism in exchange, and we thank them for it. In a world without them, I wonder who we'd be. There is not a solution to every problem, and you can't just will one to appear out of thin air. Some things cannot be fixed, Captain. Adrena time, this colony, me. Find peace in that if you can. I doubt you'll find it anywhere else. Very well. Uncertainties still gnawing at you, Captain? And Scuttle, the only chance I might ever have to fix the things I've done until you came around? I still had hope I might crack it. That I could develop a cure for Marauders and save Halcyon from the brink. It was wishful thinking. Pure indulgence. There is no cure, Captain. And only ruin awaits Halcyon. Who would that be? No one knows the Adrena time formula better than I do. Admirable, Captain. Truly. That's preposterous. Not too long ago, she wanted me dead. I will die before I let Spacer's Choice resurrect Adrena time. Do you understand? You're stalling, Captain. Cold feet? Or do you hope to see me beg for my life? You will be sorely disappointed. You believe an appeal to maternal instincts will convince me? Good. Do it. Then I'd finally get what I deserve. Don't suggest the impossible to me. I have to accept it's over. Can't you see? But the paranoia, the agitation and irritability, they're unbearable. That's the problem. They can't stop using Adrena time once they start. Although the symptoms are exacerbated by adrenaline. Perhaps if we blocked the effect of the hormone, they could survive the withdrawals. This idea might have legs, Captain. I can't deny it. But there's no guarantee it will work without testing. And I can't begin to investigate this on my own. Jasper. His was a brilliant mind, truly gifted. But he had a fondness for ingesting his own research that made him less than entirely dependable. Are you telling me he was on to something? And you have proof of it? Paranoia, agitation, violent irritability. Yes. The symptoms of withdrawal are all exacerbated by adrenaline. If we blocked the effect of the hormone, could it reduce Marauders' desire for the drug, allowing us to treat them? Great law. Do you have his papers or not? Are you mad? Every time I step outside this building, I take my life in my hands. In the event you haven't noticed, the entire fucking asteroid is full of fucking Marauders. I bet those notes aren't even real. This is all a sick joke to you. Precisely. Ah, and here's a drawing of me wearing the Moon Man hat. Lovely. I told you, she's not cut out for the work. It's beyond her. That's not what I said. How dare you put words in my mouth? One is hardly a math genius because they know 8 times 6 is 48. Greek school children could regurgitate as much 2,000 years ago. She was occasionally a driven child, that is true. Just not in the right direction. Nonetheless, I take your point. Facility with figures is not everything. Only mostly everything. What does my Minnie have to recommend her, then, if not knowledge of the sciences? Nonetheless, I take your point. Defeatism is a thumb in the eye of the law. I suppose 5 years could be time enough to learn something of value, Besides how to paint within the lines, I doubt you ever truly did. Great law! Having someone declared legally dead requires a tremendous degree of organization. Most people employ an entire firm when their relatives die. But I don't yet have a solution. And I doubt she would work with me, even if I did. And I'm to believe she did this all on her own, without guidebooks or tutors or a passel of lawyers? I'm impressed. Investing in board-owned businesses demands an exhaustive understanding of Byzantine law. But I doubt she would work with me now. The chasm between us is too large to cross. Who would help me? My colleagues detest me. My daughter is dead. The colony slides ever deeper into chaos. I fear we live in Poe's City in the Sea. Down, down, Halcyon shall settle hence. And hell, rising from 1,000 thrones, shall do it reverence. This idea might have legs, Captain. I can't deny it. But there's no guarantee it'll work without testing. Wilhelmina's artwork. Oh, look at this. It's just awful. Why haven't you killed me yet? There are no reasonable people left in Halcyon, Captain. This is not a world or a time built for reason. It is a madhouse, one from which we will never escape. Building a new Adrenatime will not change that. But bless my daughter, she was bound to try. Of course. I imagine all of this is quite a lot for you. Let's just get this charade over with then. If you refuse, they sell your contract to a rival firm staffed by your enemies, or seize your housing and turn you out onto the street. And if you've really irritated them, they simply kill you. Oh, I used to. Spacer's Choice, Anti-Cleos, C&P. I once believed all of them wanted what was best for the colony. After Adrenatime, I understood that our notions of what was best were incompatible. I wanted to improve the common man through chemistry. They wanted to make money. For a while, our interests were aligned. Then, people's lives were destroyed. No reckoning, no apology. That's Halcyon for you. Sincerely, I wish you luck. I suspect you're just about the only person in this colony who believes that's possible, besides that madman Wells. Judging by his wanted poster, he's always lived on the tail end of the sanity bell curve. That's what they count on. Blind loyalty. And fear of the consequences of challenging it. You'll never be one of them, you know. No matter what they tell you. Even if they let you walk their gilded halls, it will only be as their servant. Certainly no one told you to kill me and revive the Adrenatime project. You decided that all on your own. They do so love a rags-to-riches tale. The crown jewel of propaganda. All the more effective when it's true. Adrenatime is addictive. It's poison. The only way they can perfect it is by making it more irresistible. Even Jasper's brilliant mind couldn't crack it. And now he's gone off to find solace in a new drug. But you're holding the wrong front. Adrenatime is not your battlefield. If you want to save Halcyon from itself, you do it from a boardroom, with a pen or a gun. I'm afraid I was not entirely in my right mind at the time. After Spacer's Choice released the unstable version of Adrenatime and we began to see its effect on the public, my hand was forced. They weren't going to stop. So neither would I. Perhaps it's more accurate to say that was the only time I ever truly saw things clearly. They did. I don't dispute that. I did, and I sorely regret it now. But I didn't have the time then to be careful. Yet here you are to undo it. But I weighed that hurt against the greater injury of Adrenatime and decided my actions were acceptable. And I did warn Jasper. He'd come to regret testing on primals. The reports I received. Parents murdering children. Lovers devouring each other. Simple arguments ending in shootouts. I thought I'd ended the world. Little did I know, the end is more a long slide than a plummet off a cliff. And we're still sliding, Captain. Faster every day. Congratulations, Captain. You've done it. I hope their regard is worth what the colony will pay for it. A drug that makes madmen of simple workers is not worth saving. No matter what Lucien might tell you, the colors are muddy, the shadows are all wrong, and it hardly looks anything like a canid. You're too generous. I've always favored honesty. A candid appraisal of one's work is a gift. One that can be difficult to accept. Even as a girl, Wilhelmina was terrifically hard on herself, and she shed many a tear over this painting. I was proud of her for seeing its faults. Exaggeration is the refuge of the lazy mind, Captain. But I can't say I disagree. Even before Adrena Time was released, its development was fraught. Often, I wanted to quit. When these moods took me, I would look at Minnie's painting and remember, behind every work of genius is a lifetime of failure. Maybe so. But look at her now, sending a mercenary to kill her own mother. That takes strength, resolve, clarity of purpose. His name was Francis, and he was, without a doubt, the stupidest creature I'd ever laid eyes on. My daughter adored him, naturally. She painted him often. It wasn't easy on either of us. But look at her now. All traits a young person needs to thrive in the cutthroat world of Byzantium, if not in my field, at least in my world. By hardening her heart, I protected her. You're not one of us, so I can't expect you to understand. I was trying to protect her. I knew she was capable of incredible things. Now she has the spine to match. I had to protect her from Spacer's choice. Can't you see that? If they thought I was alive, they'd use her to come after me. After what I did on Gorgon, she needed to believe I was dead to be safe. And now she's stronger for it. I have a terrible feeling you're right. Have you looked at this colony? A soft heart will get you killed, but I will not be moved from this spot. I hope you understand my reasons why. I can't say I blame you. I suppose I'll take some comfort in knowing it could only ever have come to this. Go in my stead. Tell her what I told you. And if she agrees, then I will stand down. I'm grateful, Captain. This is not a gift I ever expected to receive, nor one I believe I deserve. Thank you. Freelancers. Here, then. I have no need for bits on Gorgon anyway. We may yet save the colony from the mistake I made, as you should be. I am not worth saving. All the same, you've given me a chance to atone. My daughter and I may yet repair the harm I've done. Your intentions are beside the point. I've been working on a cure for 5 years, and I've made no progress at all. How do I know this isn't a trick to get me out of the way? A frightening but reasonable point. Unless your goal was not just to kill me, but to bully me first. I will not. What? That was our secret phrase. Did she tell you? If she believes teamwork is all I've been missing, she's more soft-headed than I thought. When I'd been on Gorgon too long, that's what she'd write at the end of her messages. Clever girl. It meant she missed me. That she wanted me to come home. Ha! Neither am I. Yet here you are, inflicting it on both of us. I'll come then, to the mansion. We have much to discuss, and I suspect bridging the chasm between us will take quite a bit of tea indeed. Thank you, Captain. In the end, you were not at all what I expected, for now. If I don't like how things are going, well, I memorized the executive override code a long time ago, but I suspect I won't be needing it. My girl has a saccharine edge. It's true. I'll try. It's no guarantee of success, and like as not, we'll develop nothing useful at all, but it will be better than working alone. An inside job? Huh. Even Sophia will never see that coming. Who would want to give up all that power? Nothing but a few brain cells, I suppose. It was her idea. I've made peace with my fundamental nature. I can only ever be who I am, Captain. I've been called worse by people better than you, Captain. The freeing thing about knowing yourself, Captain, is that you care very little of what others think of you. Then make your point so we can get on with this ridiculous farce. They have no intention of curing the marauders. They want to make more of them. He has it right. The board doesn't care for Halcyon. They'll do anything and use anyone to see their ends met. The board doesn't care for Halcyon. They'll do anything and use anyone to see their ends met. I'll die before I let you have this place. What happened is between her and me. But suffice it to say, it was entirely my fault. If she would really work with me on a cure, I could never let that go. I should never have let it get this bad. Grand gestures and code words, even conversation is beyond us. It will take work and time. I have a lot to make up to her, and I can't expect her forgiveness. If that makes me insane, so be it. I've always cared about her, but the needs of Halcyon are greater than those of my family. Perhaps now they could be equal. Well, so this is how it ends. Do your worst, hero. Yes, well, he's dead now. Wise words, Captain. I know how it seems. But gentle souls don't last long in Byzantium. Your friend's got a good head on his shoulders, Captain. It's a shame you're so intent on wasting it. If your captain doesn't get you all killed, the board surely will. Everyone is expendable. I like your friend, Captain. Jasper always did believe that the natural world was humanity's to control. But then, he never bore the consequences of that belief, either. The board only takes action when it advances their own interests. I once believed their interests and mine were the same. Improving the colony. Improving lives. I was perilously naive. Don't make my same mistake, Captain. They've never been on your side, and they never will be. You've lived in Halcyon all your life. When you survey the colony, what do you see? You two must have lived in Halcyon all your lives. When you survey the colony, what do you see? An illuminating point of view. Captain, I believe a celebration is in order. I find myself at loose ends now, Captain. What happens next? I'll gladly humor one or two for the executioner of Gorgon. Children do not remain so forever. She grew up, and we grew apart. I don't deny that. Oh, I wouldn't lay all the blame on her. I was her mother, after all. What else might I answer for you before you go, Captain? Undoubtedly. Though I'm the worst of us, I promise you. But I do regret it. She might still be alive if she hadn't inherited her worst traits from me. I don't regret it either. For all the pain it brought us both, it made her strong. What daughter hasn't wanted to kill her mother from time to time? If anything, I admire her follow-through. Before I explain, there's a critical detail you must understand. The board knows this, but they're not lifting a finger to address it. In the absence of their leadership, I thought I could bridge the gap. Exactly right. The things we eat are killing us. So I tried to create a drug to expand our workers' minds and improve their bodies. Help them work harder, longer, and smarter. With everyone at their best, I thought the colony might be able to innovate itself out of this hole. Don't be preposterous. Eugenics is bunk science. A charlatan's game. Snake oil for a pathetic elite who want to believe that they've earned their privileges and that the poor have earned their suffering. My work is nothing like theirs. Don't tar it with their brush. Who's going to make them do it? You? The board? Sorry to disappoint, but very few of those asses in Byzantium are worth more than the cushy chairs they sit in. They'd rather parade their canids and freeze themselves in the name of vanity. They're a lost cause. I wanted to save our sorry hides. No one else was acting. Somebody had to do something. And pharmaceuticals, you might have noticed, are the only things I'm good at. Not leading. Not parenting. Only this. Only the work. Maybe I'll find a handsome little bolt hole out there in the aether and endeavor to keep a low profile, as they say. Lucien won't take this lying down. That's for damn certain. I'm only joking, of course. Please take this, with my thanks. It's not much, but you deserve recognition for your efforts. The satisfaction of a job well done isn't enough for you. I know your crew played no small part in this as well. Thank you. Well, it's time we stop looking back and turn our eyes to the stars. Where will the future lead you, Captain? I'd expect nothing less from the hero of Gorgon. Halcyon doesn't deserve your tireless efforts, but I'll be damned if she isn't lucky to have you. Watch yourself. Those Byzantine snakes won't hesitate to shake with one hand and gut you with the other. Be careful the board doesn't catch you enjoying yourself on their watch. Plan for nothing and you'll never fail. Expect nothing and you'll never be disappointed. Believe me, I'm beginning to see the appeal. Have you tried bijous? Nothing like a cold bowl and a hot show. Though they closed for renovations, last I heard. In any case, I do believe this is the end. Law willing, Adrena time is dead for good, and the Marauders will die out with it. It does have a certain allure, doesn't it? Medicine has a way of attracting people in need of feeling needed. Don't puzzle overlong on the lesson, Captain. Don't presume to know what I have and have not tried to do to help Halcyon, Captain. Though that isn't to say I couldn't have tried harder or enlisted my peers' help. You're right about that. Was there anything else you wanted to discuss before I bid you farewell? I wouldn't expect you to understand my life, just as I can't begin to understand yours. I am as circumstance has required me to be, but I don't deny your point, Captain. I craved the glory and virtue of success. When you learn how to resist the pull of the beasts at the root of your nature, do let me know, constantly. In the end, I decided our collective survival was more important than my ethical qualms. Agreed. The past is past. Let us look forward. No one gave me that right, and I did nothing to earn it. I only did what I thought was right, but I regret what what I did to the colony. Every day. I'll give it to you free of charge. Never trust the people holding the checkbook. They'll fuck you over every time. I was raised in a heroic age, Captain. I wanted to save us all. Just as I believed the corporations who brought us to Halcyon meant to save us. I trusted Spacer's choice, and they betrayed me. I am a woman of action, Captain. I measure a person's deeds before their words. When you threatened me with violence, then turned tail and ran, I was certain I'd never see you again. But in destroying Gorgon, you've at least bought me some time. Maybe I'll find a bolt hole out there in the aether. Keep my head down. Take up watercolors. Ha! I haven't heard that one since my schooling days. Don't let the bastards grind you down, huh? I'll try. Maybe I'll pick up a soothing, useless hobby, like watercolor painting. Ha! You know, we used to say something similar in my schooling days. Illegitimi non caberundum. Don't let the bastards grind you down. I've had my fill of all that for this lifetime. In the end, I know it wasn't personal. As always in Halcyon, it was only ever business. Of course. Anything else? Or shall I let you see yourself out? She got her worst traits from me, but effective. It's the Byzantine way, for better or worse. But here you are. You did the right thing, and proved yourself a better man in the end. But here you are. You did the right thing, and proved yourself a better woman in the end. The Gorgon Project is dead. And we are not. My only child is dead, law rest her soul, and so is my life's work. I hope you'll forgive the indulgence. We just laid to rest my life's work, Captain. I hope you'll forgive my rare indulgence. Ah, I see my daughter hasn't been the only one poking about the estate in my absence. I appreciate the validation, but truly I don't need it. I made peace with how I raised her long ago. I don't intend to. What happens next is in your hands. Kill me now, or let me destroy this place. Speak up, Captain. I can't hear a thing when you mumble like that. To time, then, and burying the past beneath 10 tons of toxic rubble. Aren't you a funny one? Don't remind me of what I've lost, Captain. Not now. Not in our moment of triumph, like mother, like daughter. We are two poles of the same magnet, destined to be at odds. I can't bear to face it under the glare of all these stars. I just wish it could have gone another way. Spacer's Choice will want to take their turn at revenge, and I'd rather not be within reach when they do. May I keep this? I'll take that as a yes. Thank you, Captain. I can't blame you. It really is hideous. I'll treasure it, Captain. Salvage rules, Fine. It's yours. I have my memories. I need nothing more. Fine. You're the man with the gun, after all. Fine. You're the woman with the gun, after all. I think it'll look a treat on the walls of my hideout. Memories and all that. It's dog Latin. We thought we were terribly clever. Little did we know what time had in store for us. They very well might. Spacer's Choice doesn't have the best assassins in the business, but they do have the most of them. I'll take it a day at a time. Run when I have to. Hide when I can. There's no glory in it, but I'm eager to put those days behind me. This colony has enough mad scientists running rampant, I think. I will. I deserve the worst. And I hope it finds me. Halcyon is in the midst of a slow-moving crisis, one that will not improve on its own. Ours and Halcyon's. May the best of the past be the worst of our future. Though I sincerely doubt it. May they meet the justice of the blade, bullet, or pen, whichever is most expedient. To Gorgon and the grave it now rests in. May the Colossus of Adrenatime never again rise from that dark pit. Shall we toast? If Spacer's Choice had given me time to perfect Adrenatime, I know I could have done it. My drug could have saved Halcyon down there, on Gorgon. Captain, I've been wondering something as we've been talking. Yes, I've spent the last 5 years on that dead rock. Surely you've seen the nonsense the other corporations have been wasting their time on. Diet, toothpaste. Honestly, at least I was trying to help. I was obsessed with the notion that I might find a cure for the Marauders. That I could right the tremendous wrong we'd done to them. I think I was a little mad. Perhaps I still am. I wanted to do it all on my own, to fix everything myself. But the problem of the Marauders was too complex for me to solve. And with Gorgon gone, it will remain that way. Borscht beans, frankly. 1,932 cans of it. I imagine I've got quite the vitamin deficiency now. Not for lack of trying. I had some close calls in the early years, but Marauders aren't especially observant. Easy enough to tiptoe past with practice. Knowing I lived would have only put her at risk. I destroyed Spacer's Choice's premier research facility. If they'd hurt her to get to me, I'd never forgive myself. It was. But I had my work to keep me company. You've got 2 left. I'm joking. Ask me whatever you like. You've got 1 left. Time's up. Work. And a great many number of ghosts. In a way. Although not, I suspect, in the manner you're thinking. I could have tried harder to reach her, to support her. I know, but I confess, I always found my work more engaging than child-rearing. And Minnie and I had so little in common. Ah. I see my daughter wasn't the only one poking about the estate in my absence. Old wounds, Captain. Just because they no longer hurt doesn't mean they haven't left a mark. You're absolutely right. I did. Shutting Minnie out of Gorgon was the most difficult decision I ever made. Harder even than giving up adrenotime. I understand. I don't like myself much either. In the end, my distance seemed a blessing. Oh, the same words have echoed through my head for the past 20 years. I'd hoped, surely no one could see but me, that I didn't have the heart or the temperament. I'm sorry, I can't talk about this anymore. You've done me and Halcyon an incredible service in finally putting Gorgon to rest, Captain. But we are still strangers. Is there something else I might answer for you instead? In Minnie's favorite serials, the hero was usually the one asking the questions. In Minnie's favorite serials, the heroine was usually the one asking the questions. I suppose this is no different. I was ready to die on Gorgon. Why did you help me destroy it? She wanted to succeed where I'd failed. Perfect adrenotime and rehabilitate the family name, all at once. You understood what was really at stake, and you made the hard choice to act accordingly. It wasn't a particularly graceful solution, but a colossal explosion does have a pleasing finality to it, doesn't it? Lucian's probably tearing his hair out as we speak. If we're lucky, he might even shed a tear. Imagine! Ha! I'm glad the dice rolled in my favor then. And it was a very big boom, wasn't it? Have you considered your next steps, Captain? We couldn't undo the damage Spacer's Choice did to the colony, but we stopped them from ever doing it again. You're right. I can never repay you for your efforts here. I only hope the law honors you accordingly. Halcyon owes you both a tremendous debt. Goodbye, Captain, and thank you again. May the stellar wind be ever at your back. I sympathize with her motives, but working with Spacer's Choice, what was she thinking? That's more than most would have done. I count myself and Halcyon very lucky you agreed to take Minnie's job. I only regret that I lost all of my research along with it. Destroying Gorgon might not stop Spacer's Choice forever, but it will set their efforts back years. Decades, even. It's been too long since this colony caught a break. Oh, please. It's funny. When Spacer's Choice released Adrenotime to the public and began the Marauder crisis, and I sabotaged all the Gorgon facilities, I thought that was the end for me. Then you came along and changed everything. I certainly did. Spacer's Choice's negligence sent Halcyon into a tailspin, and they refused to pull Adrenotime from the market to stop it. They forced my hand. I ended the project the only way I could, by destroying everything. I began by shredding all of the personnel files in the Office of Creative Incubation. I had faith a strapping hero would come along someday and do it for me. I had faith a strapping heroine would come along someday and do it for me. I'm joking, obviously. You were a bolt from the blue. Or the black, as it were. 2 reasons, actually. I couldn't bear to kill so many of my staff. Even though our work killed exponentially more colonists, I didn't want to give up on my research, even after all it had cost us. In those early days of the Marauder epidemic, I still believed I could fix Adrenotime. As time went on, I became convinced I could cure the Marauders. But once again, Spacer's Choice has forced my hand, this time through my daughter. And I have to let that dream die too. He was? Oh, this is fascinating. I'll have to get in touch with him when things cool down. Oh, perhaps not then. I would say my pleasure. But there's nothing very pleasant about this. Clarence was so alarmed by my barbarism, he forgot to call the corporate guard. I released the test subjects from human inquiry and auditing. The ghastly things we did to those people. Huh. My apologies. I do go on. Was there anything else you wanted to know? Marion was screaming, I think, though by this point, my memory's hazy. Everything had gone a bit red. My blood was up, you know. If anyone had dared to stop me, I would have snapped them in two. No great loss. I never did like her. Did you want the details or didn't you? Very well. Anything else? Compound harvesting, enrichment, and molecularization. My second home. Well, my first home, really. Law. He was such a creative thinker. Oh, he was always an asshole. Terrible at billiards, too. Top-rate chemist, though. Jasper had been doing some personal work there after hours. Something about primals and mirror neurons. I set the primals free. They tore through the lab like it was made of wet toilet paper. All his precious numbers and all their precious rows. I should have set fire to them. Funny thing about mirror neurons. You can empathize with something and still decide to destroy it. Did you really? Just as he deserved. Lucian never would have released Adrenatime early without Clarence's okay. They were a regular mutual admiration society. So long as he's dead, I'm pleased. That sprat bastard wasn't worth a guillotine's polish. I know. I remember. I wasn't myself by then. Grief and horror had taken me to a dark place. Anyway, that's how it happened. Gorgon's first fall. It's not a pretty tale, but the truth rarely is, for all the good it did. They got their hooks in her eventually. I might not be much of a parent, Captain, but that doesn't mean I didn't love my daughter. Her safety has always been my first priority. That it meant staying far away from me. Well, we all make sacrifices for those we love. I might not be much of a parent, Captain, but that doesn't mean I don't love my daughter. But that's enough from me, I think. Ah, here you are. Come, drink with me. There you are. Drink with me, Captain. Captain, the work can wait a day. Tonight, we celebrate. May Minnie's soul rest easy now. It's finally over. I'm free. It all looks so fragile, doesn't it? So small against that vast black. But law, what a marvelous view. I would say Minnie should join us, but it appears she's run off. Minnie always was a stubborn girl. But now is not the time for mourning, is it?
Your reasons are your own. I understand. Nonetheless, I owe you my thanks. Let me offer them to you in person.
She fought you? How could she? No. There's time for grief later. Halcyon's safety matters more than my family's. Hundreds of thousands of lives measured against one stubborn girl's. I must remember that. I've got a drink waiting for you, Captain. If you're willing to talk, meet me upstairs. Your motives interest me less than your actions, Captain. What matters is that when forced to choose sides, you picked Halcyon's. My side is Halcyon's. It always has been. All right. You've made your point. You're right. I'm sorry. Old habits of debate die hard. Though, of course, that's no excuse. Are you suggesting Minnie might work with me? Please, speak to Minnie. We haven't a moment to lose. Have you spoken to Minnie yet? Hurry, please. Law only knows what she's planning. If this works, Captain, I might get my daughter back yet. I'll meet you at the mansion if she agrees to our plan. Law, I can scarcely believe this might really happen. Join me upstairs. I might as well give you a reward.
How the devil do I use this thing? Is it what? Oh, the barrel's turning. All right. I feel like an absolute idiot barking into this horn. I shouldn't have let Lucian talk me into this. What use do I have with audible notes? Posterity my ass. Ah, great fucking law. What's it doing now? Jasper! Jasper, it's... How do I turn it off? It won't... The what? Accursed thing. The effects of Compound X are inescapable. The refined excrement of the xenocyte life form. It's a fine powder, very fine. It finds its way into absolutely everything. Even in the water now, and the air. It settles like a veil over all of Gorgon. The laboratory techs get the worst of it. We all appreciated the boost to mood and productivity at first, but we're at each other's throats in an instant now. I've had to break up 2 fistfights this week alone. This aggression must be inherent to the formula, to Compound X. How do I stop it? Night falls on Gorgon, though I suppose it's always dark here in the void. The lab is empty, and I am at last alone. I'm preoccupied with thoughts of the single-celled xenocytes that make their home here on this rock. These primordial creatures persist despite the hostility of their surroundings. No, they require adversity to thrive. Perhaps that's why our bodies react to theirs. There is a harmony in us. The law didn't craft us for the void, yet we scrabble across its cold worlds, building, persisting, as the xenocytes do. We live. Against all odds, we live. But for how long?